stakeholders that IIFCL has been with. And today it gives me immense pleasure to welcome all of you to this press briefing that we have about our financial results. And I think as the environment is today, infrastructure is a very, very important constituent that will help us grow economically and also socially. And we are all aware that the Indian economy and financial markets have demonstrated remarkable resilience amidst global headwinds, uncertain and volatile environment. This resilience has been underpinned by a consistent policy direction and a robust thrust towards infrastructure development. And this is a sector that continues to be the backbone of India's growth story, and it will continue to remain so. And at the heart of this transformative journey lies one of the most ambitious national missions, Bharat 2047. The Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi's visionary roadmap to transform India into a developed economy. Largest lenders to infrastructure sector, with their share over 56% of the total financing done by both banks and infrastructure finance companies to the infrastructure sector, and the banks holding about the rest 44% of the financing to infrastructure. Within this landscape, IIFCL as a leading non-banking finance company, infrastructure finance company, stands out as the oldest, the most diversified, and we would like to call ourselves the most preferred lender, having built a strong reputation for expertise, reliability, and innovation in infrastructure financing. And as the saying goes, the road to development is always under construction. At IIFCL, we not only are building that road, we are helping pave the way for a more connected, sustainable, and prosperous India. With that being said, it gives me immense pleasure to now share the institution's exemplary performance, marking the 5th consecutive year of record-breaking achievements in sanctions, disbursements, profits, and asset quality, which all is a testament to our relentless commitment to nation building through infrastructure. Coming to the sanctions and disbursements, on a consolidated basis, cumulative sanctions and disbursement today stand at 3.5 lakh crores and 1.8 lakh crores as on 31st March 2025. The cumulative sanctions of the company stands at, on a standalone basis, stands at 3.06 lakh crore as on 31st March 2025, crossing the milestone figure of 3 lakh crores. Similarly, on a standalone basis, the cumulative disbursements crossed 1.5 lakh crores, and I feel proud to share that approximately 55% of these sanctions and disbursements have been achieved in the last 5 years alone. This reflects our accelerated growth trajectory, deepening the impact in the infrastructure financing space. For the 5th year in a row, we have achieved record-breaking performance, bettering each year's performance in both sanctions and disbursements. IIFCL has registered its highest ever annual sanctions of about 51,124 crores during the year 24-25 compared to 42,000 crores last year, which implies year-on-year growth of 21%. During the year, IIFCL disbursed 28,501 crore as against 22,000 crores in 23-24, again registering a 27% year-on-year growth, which is the highest ever disbursements made in a single year by IIFCL in any fiscal. Now coming to the most important area, profitability. Moving on to profitability, marking the 5th consecutive year of record profitability, IIFCL has reported its highest ever profit before taxes of 2,776 crores in this fiscal FY 24-25, up from about negative 2,000 crores in from 2,000 crores in FY 23-24, registering a year-on-year increase of 37% in the profit before taxes. The profit after taxes of 2,165 crores in 2025, we have achieved 2,165 crores. This is up from 1,500 crores in 23-24, registering a year-on-year increase of 39%. This is despite all the headwinds and uncertainty and volatile environment being faced in the infrastructure sector. I would also like to say that this is about 42 times. The PAT has increased about 42 times since the financial year 2020. In the last 5 years, we have the profit after taxes has increased 42 times. Because in FY20 we had achieved 51 crores, and as against that, this year the profit is 2,165 crores. So that's 42 times increase. So that's also owing to the tenacity and potential this company has to offer. Further, owing to a healthy profit in this year, all the profitability parameters remain at a comfortable position. The return on paid up capital soared to 22% from 15% in the previous fiscal. The return on average assets were stable at 2.96% as on 31st March 2025. And the capital adequacy ratio stood at a comfortable position of 23.44% at this year ending March 2025, and was well in compliance with the regulatory requirements. I would say that this stupendous success is a result of our relentless commitment across all sectors and all aspects of business, ensuring that IIFCL's turnaround story continues with strong and positive momentum. This strategic business plan, which we implemented in 21-22, involved a comprehensive revamp of key policies in the areas of credit management, risk management, human resources management, and all the other critical areas involving the business, which yielded consistent and impactful results. For the last 5 years, IIFCL's net worth has improved significantly to 16,395 crores as on March 2025, up from 10,300 crores approximately in the year 2020, which implies a 60% growth in the last 5 years. And this is completely on account of internal accruals. This growth has created new opportunities for IIFCL to expand its lending capacity for infrastructure projects by increasing its exposure limits. Our asset quality has improved significantly over the last 5 years, with net NPAs and gross non-performing asset ratios falling to an all-time low of 0.35% and 1.11% respectively as on March 2025, from very, very high levels about 5 years ago, which can be seen. Very, very negligible stress left. I'm proud to share that around 93% of IIFCL's loan assets are of high quality, which means externally rated A, AA and AAA, as compared to 43% in 2020. We have almost doubled the good quality assets. The provision coverage ratio has also increased from about 50% about 5 years ago to 69%, which indicates the robustness of the balance sheet. The recovery from non-performing assets in 2024-25 has been around 750 crores. The last 5 years alone, IIFCL has cumulatively recovered about 4,500 crores, which is 85% of the aggregated total recoveries made by IIFCL in its lifetime history. I should also say that IIFCL is perhaps the only infrastructure financing institution with the most diversified loan portfolio, infrastructure loan portfolio, with its exposure to over 21 subsectors in the infrastructure, as compared to our earlier exposures about 5-6 years ago being about 4 to 5 sectors. We have expanded our coverage to over 15 to 16 sectors over the last 5 years. This means we have put in more specialized systems, specialized human resources and skill sets. Till March 2025, IIFCL has participated in over 800 infrastructure projects with a total outlay of about 15 lakh crores, providing financial assistance to over 28% of public-private partnership projects in the country, encompassing all major sectors. In the roads and highways, IIFCL's contribution has been up to 33,000 kilometers of road development as a part of the consortiums, which has led to over 22% of national highway capacity, Indian national highway capacity. IIFCL has contributed towards about 890 million tons of port capacity development, which is about 34% of India's major port capacity. And in the power sector, IIFCL has contributed towards almost 100 gigawatts of energy additions, capacity additions, which is about 22% of India's installed power capacity, which presently poses as a very, very crucial sector towards India's COP26 goals. IIFCL has cumulatively sanctioned over 36,000 crores and disbursed 17,000 crores, as about 11% of India's installed renewable energy capacity. In line with the Government of India's initiative to develop the aviation sector and increase the number of airports in the country, IIFCL has increased its exposure in the airport sector and contributed towards the development of all major airports like Delhi, Mumbai, Goa, Visakhapatnam, Jewar, Hyderabad and many more. In the urban infrastructure, IIFCL has financed marquee projects like the Pune IT Metro Rail project. Further, we are exploring financing of aligned infrastructure sectors that fall outside the harmonized list of the infrastructure, which is published by the Government of India. This will include electric vehicles and charging infrastructure, manufacturing of solar panels and wind turbines, rooftop solar projects, and green ammonia and green hydrogen initiatives. InvITs and bonds and new products. In 2021-22, the company has entered into project bonds investments and lending to infrastructure investment trusts. I am pleased to say that till date we have invested 12,000 crores in bonds and sanctioned about 14,222 crores and disbursed 5,311 crores to InvITs. This is relatively a new innovative lending activity for IIFCL and is expected to become a very significant mainstream financial activity in future. Since 2020, the pipeline of sanctioned projects in IIFCL increased to around 1.68 lakh crores, which is about 55% of the total cumulatively sanctioned projects since inception of the company. This robust pipeline has enabled further strengthening of IIFCL's loan book with accrued business over the next 3 to 5 years, while serving the financing requirements of the infrastructure sector in India. As we move towards a future where sustainability will define global priorities, I am proud to share that IIFCL was the first NBFC IFC in the country to establish a dedicated sustainability department, demonstrating a firm commitment to responsible and forward-looking infrastructure financing. I am happy to share that IIFCL is also the first NBFC IFC to obtain an ESG impact rating and to conduct a comprehensive assessment of climate-related financial risks on its loan portfolio. In alignment with global sustainability goals, IIFCL has developed a comprehensive sustainability and ESG financing framework to guide the issuance of green, social, and sustainable financial instruments. And through this framework, we are committed to directing funds towards development of sustainable and resilient infrastructure. As a part of our long-term vision, we have adopted a climate strategy 2030 aligned with India's net zero emission target for 2070. And under this strategy, the institution has pledged to allocate 20% of incremental financing to green infrastructure projects, progressively increasing this share to at least 50% of a cumulative lending target of 1 lakh crore by 2030. Furthering its commitment to inclusive development, IIFCL has also launched a Gender Equality and Social Inclusion JESI cell. In line with evolving standards and best practices of multilateral institutions and bilateral funding agencies. We have been consistently updating our strategic initiatives in line with evolving market conditions and industry dynamics. I should say that the average deal size of IIFCL today in respect of infrastructure loans, it has now crossed 1,000 crores, an average deal size. This reflects the institution's growing role and in facilitating large-scale infrastructure financing while maintaining a strong focus on effective risk management. As a result, our turnaround time, that is from sanctioning a project to disbursement of for the project, it has reduced. It used to be about 4 to 6 months about 5 to 6 years ago. It has reduced to 4 to 6 weeks today.
भी हम लोग निवेश ग्रामीण भारत में कर पाएंगे और जैसा कि बताया कि सारे ही जो विकास के जो परियोजनाएं हैं ये ग्रामीण भारत में हैं और ग्रामीण भारत के लोगों को विकास की संभावनाओं से जोड़ने के लिए अग्रसर हैं। रेलवे के क्षेत्र में भारत का पहला जो रेलवे स्टेशन है रानी कमलापति जो रेलवे स्टेशन हबीबगंज भोपाल में है, उसका वित्त पोषण भी IIFCL के माध्यम से किया गया था। तो ये दो बातें मैं जोड़ना चाह रहा था।
Just to continue this further, what we feel is as we finance infrastructure projects in rural areas, that will not only help in building connectivities, power, water, sanitation, and building a habitat in the rural areas, but also it will help to urbanize local rural areas and help to curb migration otherwise. It will help to build livelihoods across those areas where the projects are being developed, and it will create a good per capita income for such habitats.
Hello, good evening, sir. My name is Abhishek Srivastava from Aman Ujala का bonus. सर मेरा आपसे सवाल है कि जो जेनसॉल इंजीनियरिंग का केस सामने आया है इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल में, और आपने कहा है कि आप अपना जो नया सेक्टर है वो रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी और इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल है, तो इसमें अब आपकी स्ट्रेटजी क्या रहेगी इस केस को देखते हुए?
Along with so many other sectors, like I said, हमारे 21 इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सब सेक्टर्स में हमारे एक्सपोजर्स हैं। अभी हम अलाइड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सेक्टर्स में फाइनेंसिंग करने जा रहे हैं। तो जेनसॉल हमने अभी तक देखा नहीं। So I do not know what the issues are, but yes, there's a lot of public information about that. We are definitely cautioned on that. हमारी जो परियोजनाएं हैं जो फाइनेंस करते हैं हमने बताया कि हम एक इंटीग्रेटेड रिस्क मैनेजमेंट फ्रेमवर्क की एक स्थापित कर चुके हैं हम इंटरनली। उसके अलावा हमारा 3 टाइप अप्रेजल मैकेनिज्म भी होता है जो लीगल, टेक्निकल, फाइनेंशियल, इकोनॉमिक वगैरह सारे इंफॉर्मेशन को मद्देनज़र रखते हुए हम देखते हैं प्रोजेक्ट्स। इसके अलावा हमारा एक तीसरा भी एक सिस्टम होता है, मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम, विच इज़ not only a lender's engineer which actually monitors the project after the sanction, but also we are also looking at we are piloting online project monitoring system which is also there in the annual. So along with all these things we are trying to ensure that we get early signal systems implemented so that अगर कुछ stress project में अगर एक उत्पन्न हो रहा है वो हमको जल्दी से जल्दी पता चले और हम उसके ऊपर एक्शन भी ले लें. So that is something which we are aiming to achieve by this. Normally about 50 to 60% will be the difference because as infrastructure projects are long term, there are various stages that it goes through. During the right from bidding, post bidding, financial closure, and then during construction as well. Construction, maybe there are many stages of they start the projects and there are many stages of obtaining approvals and land acquisitions and so on and so forth. The progress of the project is on a long term basis. हमारे जो disbursements है वो भी according to the progress of work होता है. So that's why as we sanction, the sanctions and committed sanctions are normally the order book for financial institutions. And that's why I said when I said that we have built a robust pipeline of 1.6 lakh, 1.7 lakh crores today, this is expected to be disbursed over the next 3-4 years. That means it ensures business for IIFCL for the next 3-4 years. The sanctions today, maybe in the green field, it may be very less, which is going out as disbursements. We actually try to enhance the performance and business by investing in projects which have already been completed, where we can give lump sum loans. So it is a mix which happens in the infrastructure business. So looking at the long term, to be very, very short and specific to your answer, looking at the long term progress of the project, our disbursements are calibrated, and that's why the gap is there.